Hi, welcome to PaletteTalk, where creativity meets conversation. I'm Kuti, and in this series, I invite people from every walk of life to join me as we create something together while sharing stories, feelings, and experiences that shape us who we are. The concept is quite simple. I ask the guests to pick out from a set of cards with thought-provoking questions, and they answer it while we paint this mural together. You'll get to watch the entire mural evolve, just like a conversation, starting from a blank wall to a story filled with depth, color, and life. So whether you're here for the stories or the art or a bit of both, we're happy to have you join us here on PaletteTalk. Without further ado, let's join with today's guest. I'm not wearing pants, by the way. Please, I'm here with Rami, by the way. Everything in terms of art, dance, music, and then theater, I don't think there's anything that she can't do. I can't put it into words how much I've been inspired, and all of my friends have been inspired by her. And Swami is here. Here we have Bubbles. Obviously, girl power. Rami is absolutely everything related to girl power. Initially, I wanted to go for Buttercup, but in the last 3 months, you've been giving a lot of Bubbles.
Really?
Yeah,
I've
energy.
always been told I have very blossom energy.
Bubbles energy, like adorable, and then like the cute pattu and the energy tarapa. It was like one grace with one innocentish after vibe. Okay. So I was like, okay, that is clearly Bubbles. So I'll
take it.
Yeah, the last person to paint this was Leah. And then so she has a question. I want you to just look at it. And then we'll start update. We'll start going over.
Okay.
Elame.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi to whoever is the next guest. I hope you really have a great time because I really did. It was one of a kind experience and I felt like a true Leonardo da Vinci. Anyway, try and match up to my Powerpuff Girls that's there. The question I have for you is, what is the most adventurous thing that you have done? Okay, have fun. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Actually, I know the actual answer to this. I started doing open mics in 2022. I started around August, September. And by October, November, I got fairly close with these bunch of people. And they were like, hey, it would be so fun if we did a Goa trip. I was like, yeah. Now, I have made a Goa plan with every friend group of mine. Okay. Bayangrama plan la pote, yeah, babe! எதுவுமே பண்ண மாட்டோம். But literally just, I don't know how or why we decided. Within like 2 weeks, we'd booked tickets, put an itinerary, found an Airbnb. And this is like a bunch of almost 11 people.
Wow.
And we've known each other for max 3 months, 4 months. And I was just coming out of like a super depressive phase. I had just started my the third draft, which was like a side business that I was doing. I was just starting to do a lot of poetry. We took the train there, and for the first time, it was an adventure because we were literally walking around the train, trying to derive poetry from the things that we were seeing, and just talking to random people. Like we would just we would just go into like the standard car. அங்க வந்து யாரோ தொட்டில்லாம் போட்டு பேபிய தூங்க வைக்கிறாங்க. There was just random stuff happening. Somebody selling something. We were just there like, yeah, we are poets. Then we got distracted by looking outside. We were just jumping in the middle for no reason. I think.
So your Chennai to Goa journey was in a train?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was so cool, but I was so afraid of it the entire time because I was like, I don't know these people, உனக்கு social battery சும்மா செத்து போயிடும், எதுக்கு நீ இதெல்லாம் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்க, தேவையடி உனக்கு, வீட்டில் வேற திட்டு வாங்கிட்டு இருக்கேன், என்னடி பண்ற வாழ்க்கையில. But it was an adventure because there was something about traveling with a bunch of people you didn't know, finding middle ground that strengthened that entire bond. It's not like any other. It's an adventure because you literally are first time looking at people's temperaments and you're like, oh, நீ இப்படி தான் ஃபங்க்ஷன் ஆவறியா, சரி வா போலாம். பசி வந்த உடனே சில பேர் வந்து, what, do we need to do something? Okay, where are we going? I'm like, okay. It was so fun. We biked around the whole area. We tried finding like super artsy places, chilling at the beach, made friends with like a bunch of dogs. And I don't know, that led to like such a beautiful friendship, which I would not have betted on. I don't know if you've had this, but through school and like college, sometimes you're like, there is nothing this friendship won't survive.
Yeah.
And then you travel and then something happens and then life happens and it's fine. That's okay. I think that's life. But there's something so special about traveling with people that you know them in a way that's very different. And I think it's the most adventurous thing I've done because I was never someone that gave myself that kind of space. Yeah. And it was a massive risk and I don't know why I took it also. I'm like, nah, paitham aiten. Okay, va Goa polam. Kudikalam. Enna venam pannalam, va polam. But yeah, wouldn't trade for anything. Beautiful experience.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like super adventurous in comparison to other people, but for me it was like first time I took a chance on a bunch of people that I don't know, trusted it, ran with it, and it was beautiful.
Buddy, but the introduction says that I'm inviting everyday heroes.
Everyday heroes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, at least for me in the last 1 year, I can't look up to role models or people who have already done those things. I don't feel like, or I can associate with them or they know what's happening. But people like us, like they are, like all of us are going through the same, more or less same struggles.
Yeah.
We want to like make it, but then there's also this fear in the back of our head.
Yeah.
And then obviously 100 different things that are kind of similar. I feel like that is the bravest thing that anyone can do, and I feel more in tune with seeing these people. So I was
because
like, okay.
You realize they are just like you, but different paths.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So another, coming back to your question, which is, buddy, I don't know if this is adventurous or not, buddy. It's like, where level? I think it's not just about the adventure per se, it's not just about going to Goa, but it's the learnings that you had which make it. And I'm pretty sure it shaped you who you are to an extent, and all of your other support systems.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Sujas. Last time in the side la edutanga.
All right.
What's a moment in your life that truly shaped who you are today? என்ன இன்னைக்கு நம்ம தெரப்பிலே பிளான் பண்ணிட்டோமா? இல்ல எனக்கு புரியல. How do I make it make sense? So, Bharatanatyam industry is damn toxic. Okay, நீ சபால எவ்வளோ perform பண்றியோ அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி you will get opportunities, and the better you perform and the more recognized you are, you will get, unless you have connections and then somebody pulls somebody leg and you get it. We were not that kind of person, so every performance counts, right? 2 weeks away from it, Sunday morning I wake up and I can tell something's wrong. I am going to brush my teeth. I look in the mirror. I cannot move this side of my face. I know that sounds fucking hilarious sometimes because they're like, bro, you can't move your face. You can only do this. Like, it's like I can't lift anything, right? Bro, I can't tell you the number of dark jokes I've had to make with this thing. They'll be like, bro, can't move your face, bro. I couldn't, nothing here was moving. And I was like, sis, நீ வந்து செம்ம டயர்டா இருக்க, தயவு செஞ்சு போய் படுத்துரு. Because the most normal thing would be like, bro, maybe you need sleep. So I went, slept off. I woke up an hour later. None of my parents are awake because they've had a really long night. I still can't move my face. I start panicking massively because I'm trying to like do this. And regardless, it just did not move. Like I can't do that lift at all. This eye is not closing. I was like, okay. Tell my mom panics. My dad panics. I'm sitting and googling symptoms. Okay, because I'm already like this part of my face not reacting to anything. I'm like, and then it said it's most likely Bell's palsy. So we go to like another Ayurveda doctor, and he was like, yes, it's Bell's palsy. It is most likely a result of something that's happening in your body, but your facial muscles on your left side have basically given up. You have to chill the fuck out. It's a result of stress, not enough sleep. Your body is in massive overdrive. You will be on bed rest for the next month and a half. And then I'm like, this was supposed to be like the opportunity for me to level up as a Bharatanatyam dancer. I was in college, second year. I have my internship coming up next year, which means I need to girl boss. Nothing's happening. I am literally just in a room all day staring at the ceiling fan except for eating. And every day I will try to move this side of my face and it won't. And I remember feeling really bad for the first time. Like, I thought I was like, oh, I can't even actually smile, because if I smiled, it would just be, and that also would take so much energy. That was the first time it was like, you can't accelerate when you're at a point where you need to hit the emergency brake. You can't do both of it. Like, your body is going to just give up. And it's not giving up because it doesn't like you, it's giving up because it's trying to save you. And that was like such a hard thing to do, because it was like, oh, I could actually die today. And all of this, more than it not having been for anything, it's like, who are you doing this for? You trying to level up, girl boss, for whom? Like, and that's when I was just like, do I even really like what I'm doing? I had to take a break from dance. I just started doing more culturals. I started being like, what
so
do I do?
This wasn't just like 1.5 months, this was over the course of...
Yeah, no, so I was like bedridden for 1.5, 2 months, and then I could slowly come out. I had to go get they had like the massage thing that they would do. It was a lot more gradual because we went in that direction, but it was a lot more helpful for me because I was like, what kind of a performer can't express, bro? Like, everything I'm doing comes from here, almost. Like, my almost in a very real way, my body is my professional currency, you know? And it's like, how do I, what? idillana enna irukku enakku? Like, okay, I'm smart, okay, you got grades, means nothing at this point. Like, it suddenly, it came to me like, okay, what kind of life have I lived? Do I want to live this way? Do I even like living this way? And it was a very hard time to be like, oh, actually, I don't like living this way. And I remember, because it was the first time I saw my parents break. That was the first time both my parents softened up, because they were like, just stay alive, actually. I think that's... We can disagree on everything, but if there is now nobody to disagree with, then what are we? Just stay alive. That would be nice. But it's essentially came to a point where I feel like that experience shaped me, because that was like the hardest break I've ever had to hit on my life. And it really just made me question, what are you living for? I went to meet a friend, okay, like we both worked at Avam for a couple of things. And we're sitting at Cup Nungambakam, and we're talking. Somebody comes up to me like, hey, Abhinami! And I was like, I'm like, hi, how are you? And I was like, hey, I said, you seem very excited to see her. Who was that? And I was like, I had no idea who that was. Who am I performing for? He was like, Macha,
definitely I'm putting this on Instagram. Yaar talking lo, she doesn't know you. So deal with it.
No. Sorry.
I am so happy. Buddy, this definitely.
Buddy,
going.
வேணாம்.
நான் வேற அழகா mark
Please,
பண்ணிட்டேன்.
buddy.
அப்படிதான்ப்பா.
ஐயோ சத்தியமா நான் அவன்ல நீ ஆக்டர் தான்மா நீ ஆக்டர்
Wow. This is exactly like a Rami romantic story actually.
Cute.
No,
I like
fine.
this. I like this.
You
I
like
like
this,
this. I
I
like
like
this. What's your definition of love? Oh, that's a very simple one, I think. I think to be loved is to be known, is to be considered, and is to try. Because I don't know, I feel like that goes for whether it's like friendships or like a romantic relationship.
Okay.
You're to know someone beyond just உங்களுக்கு relationships பிடிக்கும். Like it's so much more than that, right? It's literally like, oh, okay, so this person has a tendency to react like this. Okay, good to know. How does that make me feel? Same thing goes for friendships, right? Like you're not just there's a really nice K-drama called 2521. It will destroy you, but it's beautiful because they are such good friends, and once they get together, she says this thing like, you can't only be lovers in good times, you have to be lovers in bad times. Like you can't just share things that feel good to you. When you're feeling bad, you have to share that too. You have to carry the weight together, and you make a choice of, okay, is this somebody that I want to carry the weight with?
Damn.
You know, I feel like family, friends, and love as like romantic love, all of that kind of condenses into being known, knowing, considering how this other person's gonna feel about certain things, and trying and knowing that the other person will try. I feel like that's fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next question, Suja, I will let you pick. You can choose.
Oh.
Yeah,
Have
if
fun.
you want to. Yeah, sure.
What's one trait you look for in people that makes you feel connected to them? Kindness and humor.
How?
Always.
How?
Always.
Humor as.
Humor as in, there are people that can light up a room and make everybody laugh, but I think I'm always looking at what people are joking about, you know, because I think that is very indicative of are they reading a social situation, are they going through something, are they, I don't know why I'm psychoanalyzing people, but like, you know, it's always interesting to watch how humor plays into people and what they're making fun of, because, so, you know, I'm very tired of being like, என்ன இன்னைக்கு எனக்கு டீ பண்ணி தரலையா, not that girls should be in the kitchen, ஆனா உனக்கு டீ பண்ண தெரியுமா, like, wow, அவங்க ஸ்டாண்ட் அப் பண்ணுங்க. Fucking it's I don't know, I feel like it's things people joke about says a lot about them, but it also it's anybody trying to, I don't think anyone is, there are people that are trying to joke, and then there are just jokes that come up, and I feel like jokes are a way to connect with people already. You know, it's not to be like ha ha ha, ha validation as much as like ha ha ha, do you feel it too? Like I feel like that kindness and just how people treat each other.
But sorry,
Does that
just
make
going
sense?
back a little bit.
Yeah, go.
So
Yeah.
when you meant humor, so did you meant to say laughing with people rather than laughing at them, or something like that? Or?
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm immune to gossip or shit like that.
Okay.
That's not what I'm trying to say. But definitely, I think laughter is like a huge thing for me. Just like, are they somebody that likes to enjoy themselves? I feel like all of my friends are damn funny in some way or the other. Everyone's damn funny and incredibly passionate. I love people who are passionate. It's not that they just have a drive in life that, how do I say, like, there's so much to learn from them, but it's also so much to be like, damn, okay, like, you are so inspired by this. I want to figure out what I'm inspired by.
Wow.
Like, I don't have to want the same thing, but I see how much you want it, and I wonder, what do I want that makes me feel that intensely? You know, I love passionate people, I love kind people, I love really funny people, and I think that's inherently something, the ways I connect with people. I feel most connected by kindness, I think. Yeah, more than the other two.
Wow.
Yeah.
So even if they have the other two things, if they're not
Yeah.
kind, you're like, nah.
Yeah, hell no. Because it's like, dude, what are we living for at the end of the day? Because, how do I explain? It's what we do for each other, right? That's how any friendship grows. Like, there's always like one random act that one person has done that you're like, thank you for thinking of me that way. Yeah, I don't know, that's always mattered to me. Because it's too easy to be like edgy and unkind. It's too easy. The people that go through a lot, they either come out of it with, I have gone through this, therefore you will go through it, or go through like, or they kind of end up being like, I've gone through so much, I never want you to go through it. And that it actually takes immense energy to be kind because everyone's going through something. And it's not everybody's default to be nice. Everyone's making an effort. And that effort is indicative of the person that they are. So how you would treat like a passerby, or you would treat someone who's lost, or someone that comes up to you, or in any social situation, I think matters to me a lot. And that's also how I've very randomly connected with people. Those are, I think, the best connections.
And then again, as what you're
Yeah.
saying, I'm noticing a lot of patterns on basically similarities in the people who I'm calling here. I don't just want them to be, I'm not just calling them because, oh, they're really cool and the Marila. There's this fundamental thing that they're really nice and they're really kind, and what do you say? They would be willing to take time, come do something like this, and fundamentally they're like very good people and they want good for everyone, like just in general they want good for everybody.
You know, that's the funniest thing though, because I feel like that's actually the default for everyone. And then you kind of go through life, and I think experiences might change you. But you know, there was this thing where a lot of people are like, New Yorkers are damn rude. I mean, if you're in their business, of course they're going to be damn rude to you. Like, if they say walk on the right, buddy. But it's that if something happened, immediately, like, some two people will be like, do you need help? Which was like, hey, they aren't inherently unkind. Everyone's a character, everyone has their own, like, crazy opinions, and they're going through shit. But they're not inherently unkind. It's like, have you watched The Good Place?
No, I am.
I love that show. I love that show so much. Because people really are inherently kind. And that you do want good for each other, unless you have been through a series of experiences where life or circumstances have not favored you and has bogged you down. And therefore you're a result of that, but you get to choose at some point, hey, I don't want to be this. And I just feel like everybody around me and some of my closest friends could have chosen to be not very nice people at all, but they are every day waking up and choosing to be who they are and to be kind. Not nice, but kind. Because I think it's too like nice. It's just like, oh, how are you? Oh, that's so. Oh yeah, take care. Kind of just like, oh, like it's more. I feel like it's a lot more connected and like zoned in than nice. Nice is like pleasantries almost. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know.
There's a slight subtle nuances, but yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's why I feel like kindness is. So musical theatre course was like an American course. Right, and everybody is within the range of 18 to 30 is probably most
Accurate.
yeah, accurate. And I had to catch up with American Gen Z and Gen Alpha kids, and I'm like, wow, you're saying so many things that I don't understand. Because I knew Skibbity was bad. There's something called Skibbity Toilet. There's something called Sigma. There is something, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of things. There's something, Gyapt.
I know.
And I also, another thing I really liked was a huge part of the class was queer. A huge part of our faculty was queer. And so like, you're doing the most, like, it's always seen as romba overa pandra mari behavior or whatever, that I think I've always seen people respond to be like, why are queer people so extra? Here it was the norm. And it was nice because nobody is sitting and thinking of like, okay, என்னோட coping mechanism வந்து நான் brooding-ஆ இருக்க போறேன். Like, that sucks, girl. Why? And you would just move on. You know, it was just like a physical way to express the fact that you just couldn't deal with it, and you would move on. That's it. I was like, okay, so this is a different kind of experience. Not everybody is going to express it this way, but it's nice to know this also exists. You know? I don't know. I feel like here you would get 100% judged if you did not. It's like நீ ஏதாவது ஒரு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ண போறேன்னா அதுக்கு ஒரு மெத்தட் இருக்கிற மாதிரி புரியுதுல்ல நம்ம பேசும்போதே லைக் எவ்ரிதிங் that we're doing now is like okay டீசெண்டா பேசுறோம் எனக்கு பேசணும்னா நான் இப்படி பேச போறேன் இது சொல்ல போறேன் like all of that is also valid.
Yeah.
You know,
Read it out loud.
oh wow. How do you want to be remembered by the people closest to you?
All right.
How do I want to be remembered? You know, that's what I think is. I think it's interesting you ask the question of how do I want to be remembered, because part of me wonders, oh, how will I be remembered? You know, because my interactions with people often come from how my performance makes them feel. And so suddenly I'm like, okay, how will people remember me for me? How do I want them to remember me for me? I think I just want to be remembered as somebody that was present regardless of what my loved ones are going through, and just somebody I hope that kind of like maybe just like a little bit of, you know how when there's like a small streak of sunlight between leaves, like I hope that's the kind of energy I have. Like I'm not trying to be a blazing sun, I'm just trying to be like a softer ray. Yeah, I think I hope I'm remembered as that, somebody that brings comfort. Yeah, I think I hope I'm remembered as somebody that brings comfort both as a performer and as a person. Somebody that was there and made you feel comforted, I think.
Why?
Yeah. Gosh, because I think that's how I would like to remember my closest ones, because that's what they do to me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people would think of me as a clown and unhinged, which I fully endorse and agree. I think it's just that, like, yeah, they were there. They were chaos, but they were there. I think that's what I'm going for. It's not. I don't think when you try to remember someone, you're never gonna be left with just one particular feeling, right? Yeah, I think if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Yeah, but that's such a nice question. Can I ask you that question? How do you want to be remembered?
I just very, very similar to that exactly. So one thing is I want to be that exactly what you said, comfort space where any people can be themselves around me without any fear or anything.
Yeah.
And also second, for the reason which we spoke about earlier, is I think I have been in situations where I have to hide parts of myself just so that I can fit in. And I don't want to do that, and it's so exhausting and it's so tiring. Sometimes I'll be like, wow, if I was unabashedly myself so long ago, maybe this journey wouldn't have been as hard, and then I would have learned to, like, just, enjoy all those moments for whatever they are, whether it's quote unquote good or bad, whatever it is. I would have learned to enjoy it. I would have been more in the present without associating myself to my value being linked to something of productivity, efficiency or something, rather it to just be more of who I'm me. If at all possible, I don't want anybody to go through the feeling that, oh, they're not accepted for who they are. So for my loved ones, I feel I want to be like that. And I think, like, whatever I'm saying, Suhas is already that.
Say hi to Suhas, guys.
I don't think they can hear if Suja speaks because he doesn't have a mic. But hi! And Deepak. Done, apa?
Done.
Are we?
Right.
Enggak apa.
Posing karo?
Niyo apa?
It is your episode.
இல்ல வாங்க
வாங்கப்பா.
இந்த எபிசோட் நீங்களும் இருக்கு.
Yacht அந்த வார்த்தை தான் சொன்னாப்ல. Yacht by Rami.
இதெல்லாம்
போடுவேன் பட் நீ எது போடக்கூடாதுன்றியோ அதுதான் ஃபெரோஷியஸ்லி நான் போடுவேன் படி நீங்க வந்து இதை இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ணுங்க படி என்ன பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லுங்க.
It seems like that school thing, no? Hello, today we made this painting. No. I'm so glad I got to do this. I think I've been waiting too long to paint or find a reason to paint. I'm just very glad I was slightly held at gunpoint to come today and do this. It was very calm. I don't think anyone has seen me this calm. I don't think I have seen myself this calm in a very long time. But this is Bubbles, my new character arc in life. And I'm just very happy and glad I got to share this with Santosh and Suhas today.
Sucha.
Padi.
Do this if you like Periye Kundi, Yacht. Sorry.
Kadavule.
Sorry pa.